Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Maaike and today I have a tag for you. I thought it would be fun to do like a tag Tuesday once a month where I go over some tags. So if there are tags you would like me to do, make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know which ones you want to do. Today I am doing the makeup shopping tag. I saw Too Much Tash do this and apparently it was first made by Chic Geek. That's someone who I personally don't follow, but I will make sure to link to their channels down below as well so that you can go back to some of the originators of this tag, because I do have to give credit where credit is due, of course. So the makeup shopping tag is 10 questions, so let's just get to it. Number one, where do you shop for makeup? So I've only seen people in like the US sort of do this tag, so that's why I thought it would be interesting to give my 2 cents, because I don't have Sephora. Sure, I have access to Sephora because I can order it online through the French website, but we don't have like one sort of like makeup shop here that has like all the brands. It's a bit like here in the Netherlands, it's a bit like Ulta and Sephora. In the US, we have Douglas, which is a German makeup store, like beauty store, and then we have Ici Paris, which is actually Dutch-Belgian, I believe. That's where you find most of their stores. But for some brands, we need to go to like our version of like a Nordstrom, so Bijenkorf, which is like a big like department store. So you sort of have to shop all over the place to find things, because one brand will be at this store but not at the other, and then this store will have that brand. Luckily, here in Rotterdam, they are very closely located together. In fact, the biggest Douglas and the biggest Ici Paris are like right across the street from another. So that's really, really nice, but you may have to walk around town in order to just find all of these products. I think Douglas has Becca and Too Faced, and then Armani and things like that. And then Ici Paris has Francis Jeffree Star and Urban Decay. So that they have these little like monopolies for these brands, and they never go on sale and things like that. So I tend to shop everywhere in that sense, that I just need to go all over the place to find it. So to answer this question, where do I shop for makeup? I shop at Douglas, Ici Paris, Bijenkorf, for like most like big name brands, and I definitely try to buy things from Dutch retailers as much as I can. I also tend to order things online from a Dutch web store called Boozy Shop sometimes. They, for instance, sell The Balm and Wet n Wild and Milani and things like that. But that's only available online. For Catrice and Essence, I go to Kruidvat, which is our drugstore. For Bourjois, I tend to go to Ethos. So it depends on what brand I want to get where I shop. I haven't shopped online yet from the French Sephora, I think. I don't think I've placed an order with them yet. But I do sometimes shop on Beauty Bay as well, which is located in the UK. And very rarely, like maybe once a year or once every 18 months, I sometimes get something from Cult Beauty or Feel Unique. So they are websites that have retailers that we don't have access to. What is your budget? High-end or drugstore prices? Definitely a mix. I love trying the new Catrice and Essence stuff. You know that about me. I feature their videos all the time on my channel. And I definitely also buy high-end brands as well. But I've done an entire video on how I budget for makeup purchases and how I sort of do it. I sort of have a set amount that does change every month, because sometimes I feel like, oh, I want to buy books now, or I now want to really invest in that pair of shoes. Then I'll do that, and I will buy that over makeup. So for instance, now that it's like September, October, I tend to put more of my money towards fashion items than I do makeup items. And then come November, like Black Friday sales, I tend to veer to more towards makeup purchases again. But yeah, I tend to buy a mix of both, depending on what's out there and what piques my interest. Do you shop more online or in store? Definitely more online, mainly because, as I already tried to mention in the first answer here, that, you know, there's just a whole lot of brands that we don't get in store physically. It's gotten better over the years, but especially drugstore. Like drugstore, like US, UK drugstore brands, like don't even try. And then especially if you need to find the stores with like the larger counters in order to really get a good idea of what's out there. So it's just a bit of a struggle. You need to travel around quite a bit in order to find everything, I personally find. So yeah, online is just better that way, but there are certain items like foundations and concealers that I want to see in person before I purchase them. Eyeshadow palettes, I do tend to just order online sometimes if I can find good enough swatches of them. Do you go makeup shopping with other people? No, I don't. I don't know anybody in my real life who likes makeup. I do. I have definitely found, like, through the online realm, a couple of people who I do sort of know now in real life and who I've gone shopping with, but it's always a bit difficult because you have different interests, and so whenever I go makeup shopping, I tend to do that by myself. How do you talk yourself out of a purchase? Do I talk myself out of purchases? Like what I said, like I budget for it. I have a running wish list, so if there's something that I really want to get, I put it on that list to help me remember that maybe one day I want to budget for that, and then eventually I get it. So do I really talk myself out of purchases? I don't think I really have to because of the system I have. Because I will just tell myself I won't get it right now, but maybe I'll get it 3, 4, 5 months down the line. And if it hasn't kept my interest by that time, I simply won't get it anymore. So I'm not that person who goes like, oh no, I shouldn't. Or maybe I should. Like, I'm never really that person because I'll just go like, I want that and I want it right now. Do I have the budget for it? No. Okay, I'll put it on my wish list and maybe get it next month. That's the way I tend to roll with it. I tend to definitely focus on things that I can get for a longer period of time and not necessarily limited edition makeup precisely for that reason. What makeup product is your favorite to buy? Eyeshadow palettes, most definitely. That's the only makeup product that I really get excited for. Like other releases like foundations or blushes or bronzers or highlighters or lipsticks, I don't really care. Like, I don't really get excited for it. I don't really go like, ooh, yeah, I should look into that. Those are the type of products that I end up purchasing because I see other YouTubers recommend them, or because I go to a store and I try it myself. I definitely like shop around and try things out, but it's not like I hear about a product and I go like, ooh. Only eyeshadow palettes do that for me, and I think that's a healthy thing to do. What brand are you loyal to? There are quite a few brands I'm loyal to. Catrice is definitely one of them. Urban Decay, I really, really enjoy too. I think with those two brands, maybe Maybelline as well. I think, yeah. So Maybelline, Urban Decay, and Catrice are definitely the 3 major ones right now that I also think I have like an item by them in almost every category. And then it's definitely changed over the years, I have to say. I used to be a really, really big Benefit gal. I used to be really into their stuff. And I'm definitely discovering more and more Too Faced products now. So that's probably one that I can add to the list quite quickly. We're at question number 8 already. What other things do you spend fun money on? Well, I'm definitely someone who likes to spend money to do things and to buy things that I enjoy. I definitely try to have a good chunk of my income put towards things that I enjoy, because I feel that life is only worth living if you enjoy it, and I definitely work to live life and not the other way around. So I tend to spend fun money, apart from makeup, on books, clothes, definitely, music, and everything related to it. I love going to shows, so I buy concert tickets at least like once a month almost, and I also still buy music. Apart from a Spotify subscription, I still buy physical CDs and vinyl. Music is a big one, actually. I think that in terms of experiences, like music and going to concerts and festivals is something I spend quite a bit of money on, and I love to travel, so I take a trip once or twice a year. Mainly, like, I try to go to London once a year, and then I try to add like one other destination to the list, sometimes 2 if it's a bit closer to home. But yeah, This year I went to Paris for the day, and I'm going to New York in a couple of weeks, so that will be fun. Question number 9, who influenced you to buy the most makeup? This is definitely something that I sort of bounce back and forth between different people and different channels depending on what it is I'm looking for. In the past, Emily Noel is like one of the main instigators for a lot of purchases that I did. I also watched quite a bit of Tati because of that, and also Jessica Braun from Gem Beauty 89 were really big influences. It's just, I've started watching their channels less over the past year, I think. So I'm definitely veering more towards smaller channels and like more indie makeup people, because I'm just interested in different things there. I definitely try to, well, make up my own mind for the most part. So I definitely follow beauty releases on Instagram and then sort of come up with what I want to try. But yeah, I watch a whole host of different people, and I think it would warrant a video on its own, I think, to talk about what I was inspired to buy. But it's definitely sort of shifting. Like, I used to watch people just for recommendations, and now I tend to skip those videos by them and I watch them by other people again. And I tend to not watch a lot of reviews and things like that, because like I like these like overview videos of like my top 5 foundations for dry skin. Like, those are the kind of videos I like, but I don't really like watching people like haul stuff and go like, oh, I've tried this or something like that. That's also not the content that I want to make myself a whole lot, so maybe that's why. Who knows? What was your last purchase? That's a really good question, because it's been a few weeks since I bought any makeup, because I'm a little bit on a low buy right now because I'm going to the US and I'm going to be traveling, so I want to make sure I have enough budget while I'm there. I think the last things I bought were the new Essence products that you saw me do a video on a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, that was the last thing I bought makeup wise. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope it wasn't too rambly, but I just thought it would be fun to also have these like chatty videos. So let me know again in a comment down below if there's a tag that you really want me to do. I want to do one of these once a month, so let me know. And yeah, without further ado, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video, which will be up on Thursday. Bye!